meeting, virtual meeting, Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. The time is 6:30 p.m. This is Greg Stritch, Vice Chair, sitting in for Randy Daigle. May I have a roll call, please?
Randy Daigle, Greg Stritch,
Here.
Scott Copen,
Here.
Amy Dennis,
Here.
Caitlin Dunn,
Here.
Todd Kinnan, Kevin Margolfo, Michael Monfort,
Here.
Jeff Oken, Christine DeBonny,
Here.
Andrew LaPlante, Andrew Barrios, Gina Sakala,
Here.
Joe Muller,
Here.
Walter Cruzell,
Here.
Stacy Thurston, Chris Cycli, Samantha DiAgostino,
Here.
Bruce Kellogg,
Here.
Jill Lexi,
Here.
Emily Zarnicki, Amar Shamas, Marcus Brennan,
Here.
Nate Gingerella. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Has everybody had a chance to look at the meeting minutes for the meeting of August 5th, 2021? Any questions, comments?
I'll make a motion that we approve the regular meeting minutes of August 5th.
Second. Christine.
Any questions, comments? All in favor? All against? Any abstentions? Passes unanimously. Thank you. I don't see any committee guests tonight. Can we have the architect report, please?
Sure thing. So as we all saw, we're getting ready to turn over areas G, C, and well, part of C and part of B. So last time I gave the architect's report, I said that we were not going to have the assistive listening speakers in the classrooms, but those actually came in and those have all been installed. So we are good to go there. We have the furniture installation ongoing right now. As of today, the only hole that we really have in terms of not having furniture is potentially some science room tables, but we have the chairs for the students and those might come in and have to be installed after school on the first day of school. But other than that, we either have a temporary measure in place or the final furniture coming in ready for the kids. Classroom spaces will be good to go. So that's all good news. And then other than that, just wrapping everything up.
Technology, Jill?
Technology is being installed. The monitors have all been installed.
Everything's all set.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to.
No, that's,
But all the Apple TVs, everything's been installed. So, for the classroom.
right,
Andrew's good to go, except for some science tables.
correct.
That's good news. Any,
And we have a TCO, I think that both the fire marshal and building inspector have signed off, correct? On those
Yes.
cases.
Mhm.
It's all good.
any questions or comments for the architect? Hearing none, let's move on to the CMR report, please.
I will be brief and fast for this, as most of you saw this evening when we walked. So just a reminder of the set of logistical changes that will be happening, obviously, as school opens. The picture on the right, all the green spaces are the completed spaces. Obviously, you saw the auditorium when you were here, is not fully complete, but other than that, everything in the green is done. And the auditorium will be done within the coming weeks. The gymnasium is still planned to be done in October as originally scheduled. So North Lot was the big site work push this summer. That lot is complete in its entirety, striped, and will obviously be used. You can see the cars from the teachers here earlier today. The other thing you can see in this picture is the outdoor classroom that was constructed out of pavers. Right out between the black wing and the white wing. And obviously we're getting the topsoil in place and we'll be seeding that area in this fall seeding season.
Red,
What?
black and red.
I'm sorry, correct, black and red, between the black and red wings. So this is moving farther around the back of the building. This is the new auditorium entrance. So only thing left to do here is this canopy. We're still waiting on that material that goes there. What we put up in place is some of the track material in order to get the emergency lighting in place to get our TCO purposes, and we're expecting that canopy material in the month of September. And we'll work around the school's schedule to get that canopy finished up. Inside the auditorium, as everybody saw, we are nearly there. Seats are in. All the woodwork, for the most part, is done. They'll be finishing the stage flooring next week. Then we have some railings to put up, curtains to hang, and some programming of theatrical lights. And obviously, the carpet will go in the aisleways as well once that wood floor install is done, just from a dust standpoint. So that area is good to be turned over in the month of September. Going outside, right outside that area, is the auditorium, the entranceway, the lobby. As you can see, the tile work on the walls, the wood ceiling in the area, the ceiling closer to us in the picture, and some temporary ceiling in the area farther away in the picture. We are waiting for new wood material to finish that area, but we have a temporary ceiling in place for CFO and occupancy purposes. Moving over to the former boys' locker room, which is now your kitchen servery. This is a good picture of the servery being set up. The kitchen ladies are in there actively setting up, and I believe they're even starting to prep some food today, in preparation for students on Tuesday. Cafeteria itself is complete and furniture and tables in place. So the school has had some orientations already in there over the last couple days. And has been using that as their area to congregate all the teachers as needed. Here's a good shot of the expanded caf as well, which is right next to it. The hallway between that area, the right picture is the hallway directly between the cafeteria and the gym, and the left picture is essentially standing at the hub, looking down toward that area of the building. Gymnasium. So obviously we're in very good shape overhead wise. The floor is completely what we call racked, so laid out, and they'll be starting to nail it down next week. And we have gym equipment penciled in for the end of the month. So by early October, we should simply be waiting on bleachers, and I have a tracking on them for early October as well. So by end of October, we'll be in very good shape to have the gym completed. Locker rooms I haven't done for a while, but I just included a picture of them final cleaned and ready to go. So those are both in good shape. A picture of some classroom in White Wing with furniture in place and a shot of the hallway, which everybody got to see as we walked through this evening, which we are continually cleaning that wing as more furniture comes in. Area A, so the hub area, we have in a temporary condition for turnover so that the students and teachers can get from wing to wing. So that is all emergency lighting in place and proper exit ways approved by the fire marshal and building inspector in their temporary conditions. So this starts the pictures of what you didn't get to see tonight, if it will go to it. The old auditorium, we placed the slab yesterday. So this, we backfilled the whole area. We did a bunch of underground plumbing and electrical and poured a new slab on grade. This is a future tech ed area. So the MEP crews will start working in there overhead shortly, as well as we have several masonry walls to build in there that subdivide the space. Red Wing, here's a quick shot of the outside of existing Red Wing. All the windows are gone. They're working on removing the balance of the precast sills, which is what that boom lift is doing there. And we have the mason scheduled to start over there right after the holiday. We're starting to put the window openings back together. And we have the windows waiting to go in. So in about a month's time, we should have all the windows, masonry and windows back in and be completely weather tight in that way. This is a shot from the inside. You can see the overhead work is already underway. Sprinklers are in place, ductwork's in place. Electrical feeders just started this week. And then we'll just have overhead HVAC as far as pipe work to get going shortly as well. So we're tracking well from a roughing standpoint in that wing. And then some last pictures of the fields out back, if it'll come. There we go. So basketball court out in the field area. You can see some of the walkways that go around that area. The bottom picture is standing way out in the ball field, looking back at, I believe that's the baseball field I'm standing at. The right picture is the detention pond, which has now been fully topsoiled and seeded, and some good hay straw over the top of it to get it to grow.
Is it full?
It does have water in it, yes. It worked pretty well. And that's it. Any questions on progress or schedule? Anybody?
A couple questions that I have.
Sure.
The picture that, the entrance to the auditorium and gym, there were a series of rocks in front of there. I presume that those are to keep vehicles out of the area and there's space close enough that the vehicles can't get through there. Is that correct?
I'll let the designers answer that.
I believe that was an architectural feature. I don't know if you can, I mean, could you fit a vehicle through there?
You can get a golf cart through
Well, if it was a car pickup or something like that.
Yeah, you know, who knows? You'd have to do a dimension on that.
But it was not intended for that?
It was not intended to be, no.
I know at Enfield High, when we did that, there was concern about people coming down the road, down that hill and coming into the front of the building. And we put some pylons or something there to make sure they could crash the building. You remember that, Walter?
Yeah, it was pylons, because the main entrance is like right at the bottom there.
Yeah,
Going straight down the hill there.
it was straight down the
Yeah,
hill.
this is a little different. You're on the inside of a radius here that's flat, so.
Nobody can really,
Okay, I was
I
just asking.
can't say it.
From where this picture, the photo is taken, you'd have to back the car up and go straight in.
You'd have to come around that corner, literally turn right.
Yeah. You're gonna end up hitting one of those boulders.
Okay. Second question, in the hub area, the glass walls that are looking into the spaces, there's floor to ceiling glass there. Yeah, those pictures there, you know, they've got blue tape on there to prevent people from walking into those. Is there something permanent that is gonna go on there to prevent people from walking in to realize that it's a window and not a door?
There is on those two, where is it, where the science classrooms are? I think it's that one, yeah. So on those two, when you come in, there's like a blank wall, there's two storefront there. Those get a film on like the lower portion of like a frosted film, you know?
Okay,
So that it's like a frosted glass, so that you would see it. And then I think for right now, you guys are gonna put something on the inside to
correct.
block off the vision for the construction portion.
Okay, I'm asking more from the permanent perspective at the end, so that people don't think it's an opening and inadvertently walk into it and smack their faces.
The frosted glass.
No, I'm saying on the rest of it. She's saying on the right side, they're gonna
Oh.
put frosted. Is that true on all of them?
That would be consistent.
Yeah.
Okay,
Except for the doors. Obviously, the doors would be clear, so you know coming in and out.
But they have a.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a safety thing.
And then, high school, you flip the logo across, you know, white frost.
right. Right, I just want to make sure that we were doing something similar here.
Yeah, that'll be one of the last things that will be completed once Marcus and his crew get that space ready to occupy.
Okay. So in the meantime, Marcus, from your standpoint, for construction, you're just gonna put tape X's or some.
We're actually gonna drop poly on the inside. Just the 20 by 100 foot of sheet of poly, we're gonna cut it up and drop it on the inside, so you can't, you'll be able to, you'll see poly through the glass.
Okay,
Just
okay.
keep the separation.
Does anybody else have any questions for the CMR report? Hearing none, can we move on to the owner's rep report, please?
So, we submitted our third payment request into the state, so we should receive a payment after, the reimbursement rate and the retainage. We should receive a payment of a little over 8 million, which is good. In addition to that, I've been just on site coordinating moves and working with the school and the staff to make sure that everything ends up in the right spot and that all of their, issues and anything that they need addressed gets addressed. And yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to here and just maintaining, progress photos and things like that, so. Pretty quick and easy.
Anybody have any questions for the owner's rep? Hearing none, let's move on to the budget subcommittee. For the record, everything that's going to be presented here this evening has been reviewed by the budget subcommittee and approved for review and approval of the full committee.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a series of motions. First, the ATPs, make a motion to approve ATP 123 OS 168 bulletin number 28 added walk-off mats in the amount of $6,499.
Second, Christine.
Marcus, can we have some elaboration on that, please?
Yeah, so this is for the carpet area that everybody saw as you walked into White Wing, that first 10 feet or so of carpet. Within the wings is actually a specialty carpet to break dust and debris off of your feet and keep them from traveling throughout the wings. So that is at all 7 entrances from the exterior.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor? Any against? Any abstain? Motion approved. Thank you.
Next, I make a motion to approve ATP 128 OS 161 bulletin number 25 electrical changes and gym wire guards in the amount of $7,109.
Second, Christine.
So the electrical devices within the gymnasium, this is adding a wire guard protection to it so that balls do not destroy the devices. Additionally, the bulletin 25 piece is we added several exit signs throughout area B and C and added power to a monitor, I believe, in area C as well.
Any questions or comments? All in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Okay, the next ATP is make a motion to approve ATP 129 OS-175 additional framing in A121 to cover existing wall condition in the amount of $5,891. And this is a cost estimate.
Second, Christine.
Marcus?
So behind the old lockers within the hub, the existing masonry was not all brick. It was a mix match of CMU and brick behind the old lockers. So this is to bury that condition with framing and gypsum board so that the finished space within the new room within the hub has a pleasant appearance.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any against? Any abstention? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
And then the next series are the invoices. First is I'd make a motion to approve CSG invoice number 20 dated June 30th, 2021 in the amount of $24,357.57.
Second, Christine.
Any questions, comments? All in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Next, I make a motion to approve JCJ Architecture invoice number 29 dated August 31st, 2021 in the amount of $52,867.36.
Second, Christine.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any against? Any abstention? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Next, I make a motion to approve Gilbane Building Company application number 23 dated August 30th, 2021 in the amount of $3,303,996.61.
Second, Christine.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chairman, next I make a motion to increase TRC purchase order 118-01190-00 from $277,911 to $353,877, which is an increase of $75,966.
Second, Christine, sorry.
I was gonna do it that time, Christine. I was.
I still beat you.
You did. I was like, oh, waiting for her. Is there a rationale for that increase?
What it is the original amount that was estimated was for phase one of the project. And in order to complete the project, we had to increase the value for phase two, which is ongoing. So this is monies that do need to be spent. And the total value is still under budget for the total project. So we're in good shape there. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Against? Abstentions? Approved unanimously, thank you.
Next, I make a motion to approve TRC invoice number 468349 dated April 12th, 2021 in the amount of $32,640.25.
Second, Christine.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? Passes unanimously, thank you.
Make a motion that we approve PRC invoice 477694 dated June 4th, 2021 in the amount of $37,919.75.
Second, Christine.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
And our final invoice, I make a motion to approve TRC invoice 484638 dated July 22nd, 2021 in the amount of $33,611.10.
Second, Christine.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none. All in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
That is the budget subcommittee report.
And thank you. Do we have anything under old business that needs to be continued? I don't think so. Anything on the new business? Hearing none, can we have a communications subcommittee report, please?
All good on our end. People are enjoying all the photos. I just put up another 19 right now, and Jill just sent me a bunch, and so did Marcus just shared his report. So I'll get that all out to the public as well.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments for the communications subcommittee report? Next meeting.
So our next scheduled meeting would be Thursday, September 16th, and we believe we should keep that meeting on the schedule in case it's needed, and if it is a cancellation, we would notify committee members. Does that need to be, that doesn't need to be an emotion?
No, it doesn't need a motion.
Right, okay.
Because it's already on the standard calendar.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Committee comments. Let's start with the liaisons. Anything from you?
Only say two
Um,
things. Go ahead.
All right, September 20th. I believe you guys are gonna be able to do a presentation to the town council.
September 20th, I'll make sure that Randy remembers that.
Yeah, I believe it's gonna be 6:30 to 7.
Okay.
And I tentatively have you guys for September 14th. But we could always push it off to the 28th if we had.
What time?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
What time is the one on the 20th?
6:30.
6:30?
And then what I saw today is awesome. That's stupendous. Great job. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Committee members, any comments, questions? Any good to the order?
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
And Chris Cycley's still waiting in the lobby. Seeing no other good in the order, I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Seconded, Christine.
Seconded by Christine.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Hi,
guys.
everyone.
Got the one sign here.